Today we are making the perfect rose, the one that will last forever. So grab your tools and follow along. Start by folding the wire at the tops of the stems to form something of a knot, large enough to hold the petals in place. Then, we will case the petals of our roses to prepare the leather to be wet formed. Use just enough water to get the petals damp without getting them overly saturated. Alternately, if you'd like to dye the petals, go ahead and use your dye in place of water. There's enough moisture in your dye that you'll be able to wet form your petals as well. Starting with the smallest leaves, push the stem through the hole, slide it up the stem, and wrap the leaves tightly to hide the wire knot. Rubber band the leaves in place, trying not to over-tighten. Continue to slide the petals up the stem, smallest to largest, forming and flaring the petals as you go, allowing them to dry slightly in between additions. For the final petals, pinch the tips to form a V. Add the final row, sliding it up the stem, but do not rubber band. Push the petals up as snugly as you can, without causing them to lose shape, and begin wrapping the floral tape around the base several times and down the stem. Repeat this process for the other 5 roses, and you will have a beautiful bouquet that will last forever. Optionally, if you notice the rubber bands are a little too obvious, you can take some nippers and just cut those right out. Arrange the roses in a vase of your choosing. If you're interested in learning how to make this leather vase, stay tuned as we'll be going over that next. To start this vase, print the pattern and choose your leather. The weight of leather is entirely up to you. Demonstrated in this video, I've used about a 3 to 4 ounce. However, I also crafted this out of a 7 to 8 ounce and it worked just as well. After you've cut the rough out of your pattern, go ahead and punch all the holes as indicated. You can use a drive punch or a rotary punch, whichever you prefer. Cut the pattern out in its entirety using whatever tool you desire. Here I used a pair of leather cutting scissors, but a box cutter would have worked just as well. In the corners around the base, I used a drive punch to get in nice and close and to keep those super consistent. Now it's time to start sewing. There's a number of different stitches you can use. Demonstrated in this video, I used a whip stitch. However, a box stitch, baseball stitch, cross stitch, among others would work just as well. Just make sure that your tension is even and you're getting the result and appearance that you prefer. Adding this leather vase to go with your roses is a great opportunity to customize this project even more. Using different weights, colors of your threads, as well as different dyes, stamps, or tooling opportunities can make some really impressive projects. So go ahead and try all different types of methods of customization. If you notice that your vase is a little bit misformed, go ahead and add some water to it, and using any sort of implement, just push and wet form until you get the result that you're looking for. Thank you for joining today's build along, and as always, happy crafting.